Welcome everyone back to From the Pit, and today we're going to be looking at the new development blog for Season 4 of iRacing, and why yes, I have a brand new camera, so yes, I'm looking nice and pretty and buttery smooth. But let's go ahead and jump to the blog here. Let me turn off my live stream elements, don't need that. But yep, Season 4 development blog is out, quite a bit coming out this new Season 4, and one thing just up front I love about iRacing, one of my favorite things about the is just how transparent and forward they are with these developments. Like, there's multiple things in here that they wanted to have in there that just weren't ready, and they're like, "This wasn't ready. We didn't like it. It wasn't up to our standards, or it was a bit we bit off more than we can chew, so we're not gonna do it." Like, I enjoy that from a developer. I really feel like they earn a lot of credibility with the community when they're up front, and we kind of know what's coming and kind of watch things from the early stages. But anyway, so kind of high level stuff first here. We got some new cars. We got the finish of the NASCAR refresh project. Brand new track. Some class physics overhaul. Pretty big focus in GT4. And then some other little things for VR and AI. But the other kind of big addition is the new UI. So we're gonna look at all that. When it comes to car development, first here is the for GT3s, as they're constantly updating the GT3s, is the new Aston Martin Vantage Evo. So you can see here in the picture, if I click, can I click it? Okay, you can click it. All right, so here's the new Aston. Kind of different that they put this like wireframe over top of the preview photos. I don't know if that's like the actual wireframe or if it's like a livery, like part of the paint scheme. I don't really know, but that is the new looking mean, like an Evo, or like an Aston Martin. So that should be fun. GT3 is really hot right now in iRacing, so anything that kind of adds to that is going to be exciting. But this one here, the Indy Next is coming out, which is interesting. Um, they just updated the actual Indy car, so now they're doing it comes in here as the IL15, the Dallara IL15, which is in the Indy Next series. Turbocharged. It will be Class C available, and Road and Oval Fix series, which is definitely cool. I feel like IndyCar people are put off by a lot of the like weight jacker and front and rear bar and all those kinds of systems to it. I feel like sometimes it kind of puts people off, and I feel like that hurts the IndyCar series, which is really good. Where it comes to like the F4, F3, which are a little bit easier, and they're kind of like at that same level. So hopefully this car will have push to pass. It's not, I don't know what's going to have, if it's going to have any kind of adjustments like that, but um, maybe having that push to pass. Well, I don't know why my camera just. But anyway, maybe having something to kind of maybe ease people into like the IndyCar tracks and things like that, and the car and using push to pass and all that kind of stuff might be nice. So it says right here, push to pass mirror the IndyCar implementation, delivers an extra 50 horsepower at request. It doesn't really say how it's going to function. I think the way it works now in the IndyCar series is when you press it, you just have it for. I correct me. There's a time frame. I don't think it's like 90 seconds, but it's just available all the time. So you don't like hold it down, use up the seconds and let go of it, and it stops like that, like you do in the actual car. It's pretty much like you press it and you're going to have it for a certain amount of time and you eventually run out. So it doesn't really say if they're going to utilize it that way, but that's how it works in the normal Indy car. But still, anything that kind of lowers that bar to entry at C class, I would say like most people in Formula probably like barely ever get out of C class because it's one of the harder ones. So kind of getting people in the IndyCar ecosystem earlier, I think is good news, and it's exciting. New car. At GT4, got the Mustang. One of the key focus last couple years. Yeah, GT4 needs to get some of that love that GT3's been getting recently, and maybe see if it trickles down. I've never even really done a GT4 race. I've done GT3s. I think part is having the Ferrari challenge at a rookie level kind of moves people into GT3 like right away. So GT4 kind of gets lost in the shuffle there. But adding the new Mustang to it, as well as some big updates for GT4s in general. Latest physics modeling, along with these improvements, focus on improving the correlation of sim related to the current IMSA Pilot Challenge Series rule set. Top speeds will be higher and minimum quarter speeds. Also, all cars will have access or received a chassis repass and improvements and updates that include traction control, ABS, and ESC systems when appropriate, dampers, engine torque curves, brake systems. So quite a bit big overhaul coming to the GT4s, which is cool. Also, BMW M4, Evo GT3, they've added the Evo upgrade. This required substantial graphical and physics work, but just I think this is one of those ones where if you've already got the car, you just get the updated version. It's not gonna be like a whole new car, but always nice when they keep these things up to date and keep them as like the most current versions that you can watch in IMSA or that you're watching in sport car racing. Hybrid update in general. So they're working on a lot of the cars now that have hybrid systems and just making that function better within the system and more accurate. So like it says in here the Mercedes, the W12 and the 13, but also the Ferrari 499, the GTP cars that all have like dual hybrid systems. If you've ever like watched them take off when they're in the pit lane and they first take off and it's that hybrid system and then like that the internal combustion motor kicks in, like that cool aspect of it. In addition to just how those systems work, they're trying to kind of implement that. It says the IndyCar hybrid system here that just went live this year. It's going to be manual and it won't be ready for this coming release. But they're working on improving the hybrid systems for kind of all the cars in the game that utilize a hybrid system. Tracks. So we got some good track news here. Mexico City coming to the service, which is pretty cool. That stadium section is going to look awesome. So that's a track now that NASCAR's used it. F1, Mexico, Stock Cars Mexico, like plenty of cars run there to where you're going to see like all the series be there. So that should be a good one. I just closed out my menu. There we go. Another picture here of the stadium section. Full with people, love it. And it should be ready to go. It says also offers unique areas of tracks for baseball stand. But yeah, that's gonna be available. Alton Park getting a rework. Been a bit, but one of those they're just bragging here about how it's a track that so many series run at, millions of miles have been logged. But this is not a rescan, just a refresh, just going in graphically and updating some of the stuff to make it look more current. I think this is Sonoma. The people and I were kind of going back and forth about what track this is, but I think it's the Sonoma. So here are the refreshes for the new NASCAR overhaul project. Of course, I think part of this correlates to NASCAR 25 coming out. So they completely refreshed or rescanned just about all the NASCAR tracks. So refreshes that are coming out in this build: Daytona, Coda, Watkins Glen, where they fixed the curbing there. Watkins Glen, the Chicago Street Course, and Texas got complete refreshes just to update them graphically. New rescans: Gateway, Worldwide Technology Raceway, Charlotte with partial Roval got a rescan. Of course, North Wilkesboro, which is one where the one in the game was the old version and it got completely repaved with all the new stuff. NASCAR's going to be going there for a points race next year, just announced this week. So that got a complete new rescan. I have no idea why my new camera keeps doing that. So there's another view of North Wilkesboro there. Sonoma, which is what I think this picture is Sonoma. And then Rockingham, which may get held back a little bit, might not be available right when the new patch comes out, but we must have some kinks to work out. Other big thing is the UI update. So let me know what you guys think about the new UI. Let me go ahead and pull this up bigger. All right, there you go. So there's the new UI. Just looks more modern, a little plain Jane, but it does look a little bit more this century. Like the old one looked a little dated, but so people are kind of split on it. I mean, it's functional. I think one of the probably features they were looking at is it not being too graphically heavy. A lot of us are pushing as much as we possibly can and saving whatever we can. So, and overlays and UI that are going to be like super taxing on the resources is probably what they were looking to do, is make it about as bare bones as possible. So it's functional, it works. I mean, you're going to get used to it in a few weeks anyway. So I don't think it's too big of a deal. Here's a shot here of like what internally will look like. I forgot better way to do this. I don't like how it's just gonna here we go. Kind of different here with the tires. You can see how like the pressures and like I don't know if we're just gonna be able to click which tires we want changed. But yeah, gives you an idea how some of the overlays are gonna look. What's interesting here is none of these are any different overlays. And as some people they've talked about bringing a lot of the functionality that we get from third-party services, like I use iOverlay, and bringing a lot of those kinds of overlays into the game itself, so that you don't need a third party. All these though are stuff that we have existing right now, so I don't know about that kind of stuff. And that's kind of what the tools garage setup page is going to look like. So it'll be a little bit different, but everybody will get used to it, and we'll all get on fine. New UI recognizes our options. Some VR. If you're a VR person, you can pop in here and take a look at this. But it looks like it's going to be more kind of based on knowing where your focus is, or kind of blurring out maybe some of the other stuff, kind of stuff like that. Part of the new rebuild rendering engine, you have opportunities along the way to bring in more immediate benefits. Should might introduce new technology that sets the foundation. So just doing some more stuff to kind of help with the new engine they're building. Trees are going to look a little better. They've added some shadow rendering within trees. So you can see here, just give some more depth. So it kind of has that kind of bland, flat painting look, making it a little bit more three-dimensional as you're driving around. Headlights has the ability to do separate light rigs. Decals and dynamic track systems are now integrated. DLSS prototype working. Oh, that's kind of cool. We have DLSS. Might have to try that with our graphic card. So yeah, career mode just talks about how that's really not close, but they still are committed to doing a career mode. Some miscellaneous things that are going to be coming out soon that aren't going to be in this build, but Gen 4 working on the draft. Some race control systems that are advancing, including the choose rule. So we might see the choose cone coming for us oval racers. Going to be adding this cool little guy, little X-Cross kind of car, which might, again, I think it serves the purpose of trying to ease people into some more kind of dirt racing courses. If the trophy trucks and all that are just a little too steep for you, this little guy might be a little more fun. And this actually be a car you can do a lot with. You could do this on like some small ovals and stuff. It might be kind of fun. In addition, they're scanning like the Lucas Oil dirt track there. So a lot of stuff coming. The FIA cross cars, what it's called, yeah. They're gonna be working on Adelaide. This is all stuff coming down the line. They just signed a deal with St. Petersburg, so that track will be coming now that NASCAR's going there and the trucks next year. So St. Petersburg will be getting done at some point. Working on some tracks in the EU and the Middle East, whatever that means. But working on future releases for all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Pretty packed. Big things being new GT3 car, new Indy car, and the UI, I think are the big things. And then for us NASCAR drivers, just prettier new tracks all over the place, which is going to be nice. All the ones they've done previously have all been pretty big improvements. So we'll check those out when they come out. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you're excited about. If you're going to be renewing your iRacing license for Season 4 based on this, or if you wanted to see some more. But yeah, I mean, what I love about this service is truly feel like in a gaming world where developers, are always worried about the bottom line, saving money, people losing their jobs, like nickel and diming us to death, doing the bare minimum, all that kind of stuff. I get iRacing can be, it looks expensive, and but I think the service fee you pay, you get a lot of bang for your buck. It's run like an independent studio that truly everybody there like is committed to the cause. There's not some venture capital firm that owns it that's holding stuff back or just making the product crap for the sake of saving a buck. But so I like the service. I'm stay committed. Um, it's exciting. I love these dev blogs that kind of are fully transparent. So go check it out yourself. It's on iRacing's website. I think they'll probably have a video out soon too that kind of goes over everything. But yeah, we'll try out some of this new stuff when season 4 comes out. And thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you're excited about in season 4, and catch you on the track.